How we doing, everybody? I think everything's working now. Sweet. I tried to hop on a little earlier, but I don't think it worked. That's fine. Just got one little thing to make sure we got going on the right way, and then we are good to go. All right, sweet. We're good. We're locked in, ready to go. Ready for business. Ready for biznew. So, last time on the Deathless run, I think we got the guitar. And that's all we really tried to do. And then I think I tried to do a Bloody Slash Ashivor on it, right? But I can't do it, which sucks. I wish I could, but I can't, unfortunately, for me. I don't know why I can't, but I can't. Right? I can't? Yeah, that's right. We had to use ground slam. So we are making this dude a strength build. We're gonna punch things redonkulously hard. And I think we'll go get that as well. So I'll probably use charge attacks, because charge attacks are pretty quick, which I kind of like. I kind of like how fast they are. But my goal for this stream today is at bare minimum, get through Weeping Peninsula, get through Limgrave. That's where I want to be. I want to get those two areas done with first, before I do anything else. Anything else. I hear you, Blythe, buddy boy. Alright, so I should probably go over a few things as well with the run, just to remind anybody who watches this stream later on YouTube. Rules of the run. If you haven't watched the first stream, anytime a boss health bar pops up on stream, or pop up on screen, not stream, pops up on screen, I have to fight them. So if I am prepared or not, bummer, I gotta deal with them. Then, that's already costed the run a couple times. I accidentally ran into a deathrite bird, or a death bird, in Liurnia when I was still at level, like, 7. Because I was using the warrior class, or whatever the strength build class is, with the axe. And absolutely got curb stomped. Maniac, what's up, dude? I apologize. I think I remember your name. It was Fabio, right? It's been a week, and it's been a hell of a week for me, so my memory's a little fuzzy. Alright, so other than bosses on screen, if we do die, we gotta pick a new weapon. We can't play the same way. Logan, yes sir, you nailed it. Glad we're on the same page. Glad my memory works, honestly. I've had so many concussions just being an athlete growing up as a kid that my brain is terrible sometimes. So how you been, Fabio? Am I going the right way? I don't think I'm going the right way. I feel like this leads to death. Oh, it does wrap around. Look at that. I didn't know that. Okay. Well, that works for me. I've been all right. It's been a long week, but I'm ready for streaming, man. Like, this is the day I look forward to. This is the day I look forward to because I get to play games, talk to people online, and just have some fun playing a great game. Ooh, is this leveled up? +3? Yeah, we can mess this dude up. Hopefully. I really hope I don't die immediately. Doom Eternal? That's a great game, dude. I love that game. That game's awesome. It's one of the few shooters that I actually truly enjoy. Wow, he just straight up missed. That's amazing. Like, Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, outstanding games. Way better than most. I just love the fast pace of the combat. And how mobile you have to be. That's so cool. Wow, good move, sir. Big bonk. Aw, I was hoping that would stagger or something. That'd been pretty funny. Yeah, so cool. My favorite weapon from that game is just the basic shotgun that you get at the beginning. So much fun. I just love putting the cluster bombs on and blowing demons up. So much fun. That or the rockets on the assault rifle. Got him. Nice. First try. We're not totally rusty. We're not totally rusty, but we are a little rusty. I haven't had a chance to play like any games this week. Alright, let's continue. Is there anything else I want to do in Limgrave before I go to the Weeping Peninsula? I kind of want to get that one talisman that restores health. The Assassin's Dagger. I forget what it's called. It's like the Crimson Talisman something or other. I don't remember. We want to go this way. I feel like slapping that talisman on would help a lot. Especially when I get my next talisman pouch. Alright, let's do this catacombs really quick. Oh, you're sharing my channel? Yeah, absolutely. If you want to do that, I'd greatly appreciate that, man. Thank you. I'd love that. That'd help me grow. They should sub right away. Hey, awesome. I'd appreciate that, man. That helps me out a lot. Like recently, I think this week I noticed, I think it was last night, I hit 60 subs. I was like, oh my God, that's outstanding. I'm like the last month or so, I think I've had around 20 to 30 people sub to my channel, and I've just been blown away by how fast my channel's growing. Like I've never thought that I'd be growing this fast. I'm gonna be honest. Cause like throughout the past few years, I've tried a different channel that I ran, but I was a lot more unfiltered. So I swore a lot. I said a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have said in a video. Just trying to be funny, and a lot of people apparently didn't like it. And by a lot of people, I mean the YouTube algorithm. So I just was getting like no views, no exposure. So I think I stayed at like 50 subs for like a full year, never grew, and I could not figure out why. So I'm really excited that I'm starting to get people in chat like you Fabio, and you Rip. How you been, dude? So I'm glad I'm getting a small community together. It's awesome. I'm really excited. Miss me. I really wish this dude's dagger wasn't in Altus Plateau. Because I have wanted to do a run with this weapon so bad. You feel me? Yeah. Like, I would love to just say whatever comes to my mind, because I think, like, what some of the stuff that is actually locked behind this amazingly a horrible brain of mine, I would love to say, but I know YouTube would just despise it. Miss me. I can't see what he's doing. That's fine. Told your friends about my channel. Hey, I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that a lot. I am a little slow on creating a social media page for a lot of people to actually come and see little snapshots, short videos of what I do for my channel. So, oh, it's the Assassin's Crimson Dagger. That's what it is. But I'm a little slow, and this week has just been incredibly difficult with my work schedule changing as much as it did. Like, I was expecting every day to go in the later afternoon. I had 3 days this week where I worked two 10-hour days, something like that, and I got last second schedule changes where things got moved earlier in the day, and it's just it's like, well, there goes my chance to do walkthrough prep and record, and make shorts, because I was planning on doing like one video a week, but we haven't had a chance to get there yet, unfortunately.
Can you hear me? Help me.
But that's my goal with my Instagrams, to try to do one video a week, because right now that's about all I can really do with how busy I am still. Yeah, it might be good to make some TikTok clips and reels, for sure. I think with what I've seen just from my what little analytics I have for my YouTube channel, a lot of the people that watch my videos also watch a lot of short videos. So I think that'd be a great way just to get more people watching my stuff. The share doesn't cost anything as a streamer. I know that. That's true. That's true. But I appreciate the exposure, man. Anything helps. Anything helps. I once thought that there's this saying that I heard that I disagreed with, but at times you kind of see it and you're like, you know, I guess that saying is right, but it's something along the lines of like any exposure is good exposure. So like even if it's negative, like saying I did something wrong or something bad, any exposure is good exposure because it still allows people to check out what you're doing. Again, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but depending on what's going on, I guess it could be. You've watched a lot of short videos for your first playthrough. You like your first playthrough to find single important items and stuff. Yeah, I've thought about doing that, but to me, like, I don't know if that would make my channel grow because there's just so many of those channels out there. Like, what I would like to eventually do with shorts is kind of hook people into some of the more creative things I want to do once I'm done with my 100% walkthrough for Elden Ring and the Earth Tree. So it'd be more like different build videos or other different ideas that I have to try to get people to check out my stuff. Like maybe funny moments from streams with the Deathless run and other things like that. Because like I want people to actually stay on my channel, not just check out for 10 seconds and then leave. Facts, yeah. Ah, oh, can't handle the booty. Can't handle it. Booty's too big. Booty's too fat. I love that he got stuck. Oh, he left. Well, that's unfortunately. That's unfortunate for me. Definitely had a lot of funny moments, dude. I try. Like, I don't want to be a boring dude. There's some people when I first started playing this game that just made the most boring videos. And I'm like, how can you not show any emotion about this game? They're just like, all right, you gotta come here, run past these enemies, and you gotta fight this boss to get this weapon. It's like, why? Why is that how you're choosing to talk? Can you at least sound like you're not dying inside? Like, I feel like it's not hard to fake it. Even if you don't like what you're trying to do. You can fake it till you make it, you know? That's a saying I do believe in. Oh, he avoided my butt. That's unfortunate for me. Oh, he spanked me. You see that? He spanked me. How did he know I was into that? That's impressive. Alright, let's go back and rest. And then I think we are going to head into the Weeping Peninsula. 'Cause I think I fought pretty much everybody I want to fight for right now. Mine's the opposite of boring. I appreciate that, dude. So easy to watch. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to think that after doing this for a year, I've learned at least how to talk to a microphone, hoping and praying people watch. And I'm glad people finally are, man. It's great to see. Great to see. All right, let's go south. Make it a good experience. I try very hard. Oh, that's the same comment. I just didn't finish reading it. Oh well, that's fine. All right, let's get this so I can sell it. Or no, this is determination, right? Yeah, determination. That's a good one. Alright, let's grab this in case I ever decide to switch weapons. And then let's keep heading south. I'm trying to think, is there anything in the Weeping Peninsula aside from the churches or the golden seeds that I want to get? I should probably go through that cave to see if there's any +2s. Yeah, I should probably do that. I don't remember off the top of my head where those are. I know there's a couple in Limgrave, but I don't remember where the other ones are in Weeping Peninsula. You'll be starting part 23 today? That's awesome, dude. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. I think you've seen every video up to this point, Rip. I appreciate you. Appreciate you a ton, dude. You'll give that perfumer build another go? Good luck, man. What perfumer are you going to use? Or what perfume bottles? Are you going to use the Lightning or the Madness? Because I thought if I was going to do a perfumer build, I'd try the Madness stuff. Because I wish there was more variety in terms of what you could do with Madness in this game. Like, I wish there was a Madness Ash of War that you could slap on any weapon and then just make a build that way. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I might I bend your ear. My name is the servants there. But I swear my good father decided him. The servants have since come. I fear it's least. Would you mind my so wish, please?
Yes, I'd love to deliver the letter.
Then please.
I appreciate you so much, Irina.
Deliver
Can't
it
wait
to
to
my
see you as Hayeta. Hopefully in like an hour or two. We'll see. We'll see. I might die again. I'm kind of dumb sometimes. Alright, there's 1, 2. Then we gotta kill this dude to sell. There we go. I'm really surprised my tiny little weapon can reach that beetle. Oh, alright. You have a stone, don't you? Is it just one? Yeah, it's just one. I'll buy the key.
You will.
Watching since part 1 and you love it? That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. You finally switched to the dual blade builds that I got going on? A part of me wants to switch that build around, but I just want to see how strong it is against Malenia. And in my walkthrough prep, I'm running, I think I'm on 2 Great Stars, and I might have just switched to some curved swords. Because I don't think I've ever used curved swords before. But we'll see how it works. We'll see how it works with the actual playthrough, because I'm hoping I'm doing enough bleed damage to kill that psycho lady so fast, but we'll see. Her second phase is what gets me. Her first phase isn't that bad. Alright, let's go get that other golden seed that's over here, and then the map piece, then we'll go from there. Oh, also, I watched this right before I came on stream too. I don't know why it took me so long to talk about it. Did you guys see Mortal Shell 2? They had a gameplay reveal. That game looks actually sick. I'm a little bummed that it's still in the Unreal Engine. I'm tired of Unreal Engine games because, like, they all look the same. Like, they all look from the same universe of games. Within reason. Like, Black Myth Wukong made itself look different. But, like, Mortal Shell 2, I'm actually excited for that game. I wasn't sure right away when I heard that they were getting a sequel because I just thought Mortal Shell was alright. But the final boss of the game just really took it out of me. Like, I did not enjoy that fight at all, and that's the only reason why I don't play that game still, is because I just hate the final boss with a fiery passion. But, like, the gameplay looks sick. Oh, you've been running them? You've been running the Twin Blades Rip? That's awesome. You want to switch it up, though? You're not sure to what? Yeah? They can get ridiculously strong. And you know when you get to Malekith, you want to try his blade? His blade was a lot of fun. I used that, in a New Game Plus run right after I beat the game. It was so cool. You just feel so strong. But I will say, if you want to really play like Malekith, you got to go get his his Remembrance again. and use his other, use his ability to like launch the red flame, or the black flame, I think is what they call it. That makes the build seem so much fun and way different than anything else. Because like I think it's an incantation, you can do his kind of like in-air swipes that he does that sends like the red flame everywhere. It's pretty sweet. It's a lot of fun. It just makes you feel like you're in an anime. Good coffee. Good coffee. I haven't had coffee in a while. Ooh, that'll be tough. Yes, sir. That'll be super cool. Oh, what am I doing here? I gotta go get my flasks. I'm done. Let's go there. We gotta go get my sacred tears. Then we should go fight the Avatar, too. I don't even remember what's in there. Speaking of anime, what's your favorite or top 3? Oh, that's so tough for me. My number 1 switches between any of them in my top 3. I would say One Piece is up there. That one I'd say more often than not is my number 1, just because that was the first anime I've ever watched as a kid. And I liked Luffy and I liked Zoro so much that those two consumed my childhood. I think I've seen episode 1 all the way up to like episode 683 or something like that before other shows distracted me. So that's probably like my actual number 1, but it varies from time to time. In terms of new anime though, 1,000 Year Blood War from Bleach. Oh, that show's sick. That show's so good. Every episode's a banger. Every episode's a banger. And then I'd say the other one is an OG anime, the 97 Berserk anime. That one is my favorite story ever. Favorite story ever. Like, the animations obviously are dated because everything was still hand-drawn then. So they were very limited in what they could do. But, man, going through that story and then knowing it only has 1 season because of how graphic the story was, they never continued it after that. Like, dude, it was awesome. That show was so good. And the coolest part about that anime, even though it's hard to find on streaming services, you can find it on YouTube for free. Completely uncensored. Berserk is tough. First anime was Naruto. Naruto's good. Naruto's very good. I watched Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. The Great Ninja War arc is one of the coolest arcs in anime. Madara Uchiha is absolute GOAT, in my opinion. But I think there's too much filler in that show, which is ironic considering my other options, One Piece, which probably has like 500 episodes of filler too. So, yeah. But I don't know. I just like One Piece a lot. Zoro is probably my favorite anime character. Him or Guts. Because, you know, cool swords. And I just like how Zoro's actually funny too. Because he just doesn't know what the heck's going on 99% of the time. Then he sees a dude with a cool sword. He's like, I'm gonna fight you. I feel like that's just kind of me in video games. Because like my first playthrough of this game, I was rocking a great sword until I eventually got to the point where I just couldn't continue because I had no idea where to go. I think my sword was so under-leveled and I couldn't find any smithing stones. So I was like, well, we'll just start over. And then I ended up finding a cool katana, the meteoric ore blade from Caelid. And then I just rocked that the whole rest of the time until I beat the game. You can stick on Hakuto no Ken was your favorite? That's cool. I've never heard of that one. What's it about? Alright, we got those done. We should try to get that talisman. Actually, no, I think I'm gonna go... This is where I lost a run before fighting that dude. Let's go get stones first. See if there's any smithing stone 2s in that cave, and then we'll go from there. Any recommendations for weapon builds at this point in the playthrough? Karishi, you know, it's a classic from the 80s. Oh, I did not know that. Okay, I'll have to look at that. I like classic anime. Any recommendations for weapon builds? Well, if you haven't tried playing fists, I actually do enjoy fists. Fist weapons are pretty cool. They're really fast. If you pair them with like the charge attack talisman and you put some frost and bleed on there, you can kill things very fast, very quick. If you're looking for more of like a hybrid build where you got a little bit of magic going on, I always adore role-playing as like a carrion knight. So using like a moon veil is always a fun one with like the glint blade sorceries where you got like great blade phalanx or great phalanx blade, whatever it's called. I can't remember. That one's pretty fun to play with too. Like whenever I use magic, that's typically what I use because it still allows me to be up in the boss's face. And all I gotta do is just every now and again just summon a couple of blades and then eventually it'll go attack them. So I like that more than anything else. But honestly, like with build varieties and RPG stuff, I don't wanna spoil what I got planned because there are some very in-depth builds that I want to bring in, but that's stuff that I want to keep on the hush-hush until I get through my walkthroughs. Because then they'll be my sole focus, and I can go to town on trying to make those. I have hyper armor for that? Oh my god, that's awesome. I didn't know. I have been overlooking that move. I thought it was just a funny move. That move's goated. What? I didn't know I had hyper armor. I also love that I just slammed my button. Yeah, that's just so good. And there's a holy one of that too, with the avatars. Like basically it's the avatars attack in some of the later iterations of this boss. Yeah, that move. Oh god. Oh, this is death. This might be death. Yep. 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 Oh, he got me. Damn it. Dang it. Crap. Whoops. Well, there goes that run. Doesn't matter. I gotta restart, unfortunately. Let's see. What weapon class should we go for this time? You guys got any ideas? Any guesses? Any hot takes? Any weapons I can grab relatively quick? And if there's one you want later, is there a weapon class that we could possibly get? Right meow? Alright, so we're on Deathless 9. Let's see. What should we do? Should I start out naked again? Bloodhound's Fang? Oh, you want me to be OP right away. Okay. I'm good with that. I can be OP. Let's see. Who should I start with? That's a strength dexterity weapon, I believe, with higher dex. So, probably the best early game weapon. Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Let's see. Trying to think. Do I go samurai or do I go bandit? Oh, bandit has really low dexterity. I'm surprised. Or do I do this little sellsword warrior dude? Ah, we'll do warrior. That's fine. Which one am I on? Deathless 9? I think that's right. I am a little shocked that the avatar is what killed me. I very rarely die to that thing. I very rarely get hit to that thing, in all honesty. Alright, let's get it done. Oh, God. I don't know if that came up on the mic, but I just cracked my collarbone. Oh. Alright, let's do this. Gotta get the Bloodhound's Fang. Need some beers? Hey, I feel that. I feel that. I don't drink that much, but dude, maybe that's the secret. Maybe it'll loosen me up. I gotta stick with coffee, though, to wake me up, because, like, whew, the last 2 days have been rough. I've been waking up at, like, 5 a.m., and then I have to immediately get ready within the next hour or so to go to work, so, oof, and they've just been long days. So I'm very happy I got today off. And then tomorrow's Easter, so I actually get 2 days off, which is rare, but we're going to spend a little bit of the tomorrow with Easter with my family. And then we're going to do a lot of videos. A lot of video stuff. Like, I got a decent amount of my walkthrough prep done for our next little episode that we got going on. And then we're pretty much at the end of the base game, which is awesome. So I'm hoping within the next week or two, what's going on? I didn't do that right. I'm hoping within the next week or two I'll be done with the base game of Elden Ring. But then I gotta make a decision if I want to continue like right every week, or if I wanted to take a week off from recording just so I can have a little bit of a break. But I don't know. We'll see. Because if I take a break from recording, then I can just focus on the walkthrough prep, and then I can hopefully get videos recorded a lot faster. Because I'll have all that time in advance that I'll do everything. Whoops, that's not right. Have I got more walkthroughs planned? Yes, sir. I plan on doing all of the From Software games. The order is going to be a little 50-50. I think next we're going to do Night Rain because it's a little shorter of a game. And in terms of, like, builds and whatnot, there really isn't anything crazy that you can do in that game other than, like, improved skill or, like, specific sorceries and things like that with Night Rain, depending on what class you're choosing. But I'll try to basically platinum that game, because I have not platinumed that one. I've gotten very close. I think I've only got like 3 trophies left, and then otherwise I've got the whole game done. But that is a game that my girlfriend and I have binged for a couple hundred hours, I think. Between the two of us, we're probably looking at like 400 hours. Because that game's just so much fun, especially when you play with other people. Alright, toughest boss in the game. Hardest one. Without a doubt in my mind. Dude, these weapons actually aren't bad. Who would have thought? 2 curved swords. Actually pretty good. Yeah, but then once I finish Night Rain, I probably move to Dark Souls 3. Or Sekiro. Sekiro, honestly, though, I might just play that in one playthrough. Or not one playthrough, excuse me. I might play that in, like, one stream. Because it's not a very long game at all. And I have beaten that game in like 4 hours or something like that. So maybe I'll do it in a stream. I haven't played it in who knows how long, but I'm pretty good at that game. Maybe even do the hard mode of it, where I have no Kuro's Charm and and the Bell Demon. Still doing Shadow of the Erd Tree after this? Yes, sir. That's the plan. That is 100% the plan. Like, I might take a week off from recording just so I can take a full 7 days to try to get as much of my walkthrough prep done as I can, so that way I can try to record a few more days in advance, if that makes sense. Because, like, typically not to go too far behind the scenes, but, like, right now, how I'm going about my business is I use my mornings to walk through prep for a couple hours, and if I'm not walkthrough prepping because I got enough there where I cleared out enough areas, then like the next day in the morning, I will record and edit, or I'll just record, or I'll just edit, depending on how long the videos are or how long I have. And then the cycle just kind of repeats. Typically, my videos that I have posted, I'll have on YouTube a couple days in advance, just sitting so the algorithm can check it and hopefully dub it worthy of views. But we'll see. Like, since I've gotten into that little system, that's helped out so much. Like, I've also got Bloodborne on my channel too, and like if you looked at my Bloodborne views, I don't really have very many. I think I got like one video that is around 600 views, which is pretty good. Like that video made me like solidify like, okay, what I'm doing and how I'm doing it can work. I just need to refine some things and go a little bit about that to get things going a little better. And then I ended up buying a house with my girlfriend and moving into that, and then the algorithm didn't like that I had like a week or two where I just didn't upload. So now it's taken me a pretty decent amount of time to get back to where I was getting consistent views and I'm growing. So yeah. Heck yeah, man, you've been watching so many Lord videos recently. The amount of lore in these games are insane. Oh yeah, this is the biggest one with all of the lore. But my favorite lore is Bloodborne's. Bloodborne's lore is, oh, chef's kiss. Like chef's kisses of kiss. Like my goodness. If you, I could probably with how many times I've beaten Bloodborne, how many times I've gone through, killed every enemy, read every item description, I could probably write a book on Bloodborne and the lore and explain pretty much everything in my point of view or everything in general in that game. But that's already been done by too many people, so I'm not going to do that. Miyazaki has a lot of culture. You can see that. Oh, 100%, Fabio, 100%. He does research into different cultures before he tries to enact it in the game. Like, I think he used this game. He said it was inspired by Celtic lore. That's what he and George R.R. Martin used. And you could see it. Like, you could see that this, like, while it's a medieval fantasy game, like, with the colors they chose, the stylized of many places in the buildings, like, you can see, and, like, just the clothing that some of their people that they have in the game are, like the Caden Warriors and other stuff like that. You can see they've done their research on what certain locations, what certain peoples that actually did this stuff or lived in times like these would or could have looked like. So it's pretty cool. It's one of the reasons why From Software is so good, because they don't make just amazing combat games or games with rich lore. They actually do research into a bunch of different things and see what works best. Or they try to see what they know will work and how they can make it better. Yarnum looks like Venice at night. No kidding. That's cool. That's cool. I've never been. I'd love to go to Venice. But Bloodborne's atmosphere, its vibes, 1,000 out of 10. It's so cool. Like, the only other game that's gotten close, in my opinion, that's not From Software, that's gotten close to doing a very good visual style game and good combat, probably Lies of P. Even though I'm not the hugest fan of that game, I still think it's one of the best games out there in terms of, like, visual storytelling, environments looking just vibrant, and having amazing combat. I think that's really good game. I'm not good at it, and I don't really enjoy like the speed and the flow of the combat, but I do think it's a hell of a game. It's also my girlfriend's favorite game. Because I got her to play Bloodborne, and she's played through most of Elden Ring. But she kind of dropped it just because Elden Ring is so massive. And she's like, I don't even know where to go. And then played Lies of P, and that game's basically just one long hallway, so she just loves that game because she doesn't have to guess where she needs to go. And she just really loves the combat. And she's actually pretty good at it too, which honestly is a little shocking to me. Not that I think she sucks. She's actually pretty good at video games. It's just like, when we play these games, the first few weeks of her trying to figure out how to play and what the buttons were, I'm gonna die. And what the buttons were, like, my God, it was horrible. It was horrible to watch. Oh, I'm good. You know what? We're just gonna try again. We're just gonna try again. You guys saw nothing. Didn't see a single thing. They didn't even see me. Nobody saw nothing. Why am I getting this? Oh, that's right. Because I am a walkthrough guy. I do 100% stuff. I know where the shinies are. I gotta get them. I don't know why that's how my brain works, but that's how my brain works. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. Whoops. You don't. Okay. I did it. I got in the right spot. Alright, let's do that so we can scale weapons a little better, at least in the early game. Then let's go grab... Ooh, should I rest, though? Should I rest and pass time today, or do you think I can kill this Knight's Cavalry with no levels whatsoever? I believe in me. I believe in me. I'm actually more worried about the ads that are next to the fight than anything else.
Could you help us out, Cully?
Ow. Mean. There we go. One more hit. That's all I needed. Pants. Hang on, dude. I gotta fix my pants. Oh, okay. I didn't know that hits you, but alright. What? Man, the jump it. Where are you going, dude? Are you okay? Are you lost? Did you have too much to drink? Whoops. Miss me. Oh, one heal left. I'm screwed. I'm probably gonna die. Unless I can just get him to sit still and I can just beat him up. But we'll see. Oh, he got me. Good move. Oh, God. That was death. That was so close. What? Camera. Be nice. Nope. Oh, God. Itchy face. Oh, no. Yes. There we go. I might clutch it. We'll see. Okay. I was like, oh no, he's boxed me in. But we got there. We did it. We did it. All right. I need to heal immediately. Immediately. No death. No death. That's one of the main rules. No death. Alright, let's get back on Torrent. And let's go get that Bloodhound's Fang.
Oi! You there. Could you help us out, Cully?
I love how this game looks at night. I think nighttime Elden Ring is probably my favorite time. Get that. Sell that. Won't need it. Somber 1, so we can immediately upgrade it right away once we get it. And then I should probably go to the dragon and level up a lot. That'd probably help, you know? Because those early game levels, to scale it out to where maybe I can use it one-handed and then eventually get a shield that parries. That'd be a pretty nasty combo. health. Yeah. Health is important. How much is it? 3,000? Yes. And we'll use these as well. Alright. Then... Oh, cool. I do have a couple levels. Nice. I'll be able to use the weapon right away. I'll just have to two-hand it till I get my strength all the way up, which is fine. Oh, did I grab the flail? I did. Excellent. I will need the flail when we go to dragon. And then I gotta scratch its toes. Never understood some friends who like to play glass cannon runs. Oh, do you mean like they just don't heal and they just get as much damage as they can? That's typically how I play some of these games. Like, I stop once I get to like the soft cap. Because I don't want to get too much health where I just make the boss way too easy for me. Like, I like suffering. I love suffering. Not to the point that it gets ridiculous, but I want to have a challenge. I don't want to have a boss that's a pushover. Oh, good move, sir. I gotta stop with jump attacks. The jump attacks aren't gonna work against this stuff. Oh, it rolled right into it like a dummy. Stop with the jump attacks. You said that already. Let's get away from the wall just a little bit. But you know the game quite good. They wander around 70% of the game with 300 AP. Makes no sense. I understand. I get that. Alright, gotta clutch in. Oh, you didn't do the follow-ups. What the heck? Oh, I thought he was gonna get it. He did the delay. Oh. Whew! I thought that was it. I hit the button wrong. But I guess I didn't do it wrong enough. Wow, I clutched that bad boy up. Heck yeah. That was sick. That was sick. Alright, then we can take that off. Oh my god, I have a shield? When did I get a shield? I know it came with it, but I didn't realize that. Lock in? Yes, sir. That's what we do every now and again. Sometimes. Sometimes I lock in. Alright. Let's go back here. Then we gotta go get that Somber 2 in Weeping Peninsula. So I could just be stupid broken right away. Should I go to the dragon first? I should go to the dragon first. It's a deathless run, not a speed run. So, Fabio, I should ask, do you ever speed run games? Or are you a guy that doesn't like speed runs? Or are you somewhere in the middle? Like, I love speed runs. I love watching to see how ridiculously good some people are at the games. But when they use glitches and stuff like that, that's like, it's not, you're not even playing the game. You're just going through it. You know what I mean? It's like, there was a dude who played Bloodborne. I think he's still streaming. Named Jesus Here's Toast. That dude's had, like, the world record for Bloodborne for the longest time. And then he constantly found out new strategies, new ways to kill bosses and things like that, where you basically can no-hit it. And I think he was the first person to ever no-hit Bloodborne. So he's ridiculously good at Bloodborne. And watching him play that game, he would barely level up any health. He'd get all of his damage to max right away, and he just demolished everything. It was wild to watch. Absolutely wild to watch. But watching people play this stream, or not stream, excuse me, watching people speedrun this game, I honestly am like, are you even playing the game? Is it fun? Because you just ride your horse gathering materials, and then all of a sudden you're just done. Like, you're done with the game. I just like, okay, whatever. I guess you could play that way, but to me, that's not playing the game. So, who knows? Some people like speedruns. I like watching them. I know I'm not good enough to do them. Except for maybe Bloodborne. I think I could do that with Bloodborne. Bloodborne's fun. I can beat that game in like 3 hours if I really wanted to. Avoiding every enemy. I know exactly where the upgrades are. Good old bloodstones and blood rocks. And then I can mess bosses up from there. I can't two-hand this one yet? What the heck? Okay, well, we'll put on the flail. Ooh, actually, let's go back to the dual weapons. Just because I really like power stancing. I don't know if that's what it's called in Elden Ring, but it's basically from Dark Souls 2. Not sure if starting another Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3 run. I mean, I'm a Bloodborne fan for sure. So I like both games, but Bloodborne is goated in my opinion. On your first playthrough of this game, and you only invested like 6 levels into health, every boss later on in the game was one-shotting me, but not gonna lie, it felt more rewarding to win with that tank build. 100%, dude. Sometimes when you get into that mode where you just want to have a really tough fight and you overcome it, you just feel so rewarding. It's so rewarding to do that. Like I haven't done a run like that in Elden Ring in a while, like a Ruin level 1. I've never done that actually in Elden Ring, but in Bloodborne I've done a BL4 run. That's the lowest level you can be. And it's so rewarding to kill bosses when you have the minimum amount of health and you're just hitting like a truck. And if you're not hitting like a truck and you still win, you feel like a god. You feel like you're untouchable. And it's wonderful. It's outstanding. I know when this game came out, a lot of people loved him. They're like, oh, just a funny boat boy. Kills his own dudes. But like, this is a boss I actually don't like. He just kind of sits there. Or in his case, he's moseying around until I hit him. But we can't have everybody be Malekith. And since I'm playing on PS5 Pro, I definitely can't have everybody be Malekith. I have watched some streamers that let their chat mod Elden Ring, and his chat ended up having every enemy be Moog right when he's transforming into Moog, Lord of Blood for Phase 2. So he's trying to just run from the first steps grace, and he just keeps getting the nihil chant and dying. Is so funny. He's like, I'll beat this, I'll beat this, I'll beat this. Just can't. Oh, so good. I need to get a strong enough PC to where I can do that. Because I have one that can run a randomizer, but I've got so many videos on my PC that I don't think I'd be able to run one. Because I just wouldn't have storage for the game. But we'll see. I'll do a randomizer one day, because I actually enjoy those a lot. You saw one like that with Consort Radon? Yeah. That'd be tough. That'd be very tough. That'd be like impossible. Impossibly tough. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm about to get a ton of levels from killing a dragon anyway. Alright, got a long run now. That's also, I should say, Consort Radon is also the one boss in the DLC I am not looking forward to. I might have a little bit of, just, you know, squandered hate. Or a much-deserved hate. Not squandered hate. A much-deserved hate for that boss. I beat him pre-nerf. Right on the, release date of the DLC. I think for like 2 days straight, I was just playing the game, and when I got to him, I probably spent another 3 days fighting that boss, and I finally won. And when I finally beat him, I was so surprised because I'm like, I haven't even come close. Like, I get to second phase and I die right away. Why did I beat him this time? And then when I won, I was like, you know what? I don't care. I beat Consort Radon pre-nerf. I can say that for the rest of my life. I never have to play the DLC again because I know he's not going to be as hard. But now I sit there and I'm like, they nerfed him, but he's still redonkulously hard. Redonkulously hard. Definitely their hardest boss they've ever made. Doesn't mean he's their best, though. That's something I'd also like to do for my channel, eventually. But I'd probably do that once I get all of the games done on my channel. But I'd like to do like a tier list video. Being like my top 10 in this game, my top 10 in this game, or my top 10 in general. And who knows, by that time they might have a couple other games, like Duskblood's coming out this year on the Switch 2. Which, I have a Switch 2. I don't know if I'm going to play it though, because $90 is a lot of money. And on top of that, it's a game that's focused around PvP. I'm not a PvP guy. I'm not a multiplayer fan. Unless it's pure co-op. If it's pure co-op, absolutely. Like Night Rain, I love that. And a couple other different roguelike games, or not roguelikes. What are they called? I forget what they're called. What's the games called? Like, there's 2 of them. It's like Windblown or something like that. It's a beta on PC. That game's really fun. I enjoy that a lot. Then there's another one that was like the Shape of Light. Dream of Light? I don't remember. But those 2 games are so much fun. And it's just purely like hopping online with your buddies, playing a game, going through a dungeon. It's a lot of fun. Making your own different types of builds that complement each other, just getting stupidly broken right away until you eventually die to the thousands of enemies on screen. Like, that is what's fun. I like multiplayer like that, so co-op games are my jam. But there's just not a lot of co-op games that I'm really into, because a lot of people are like, oh, just play Call of Duty. That game hasn't changed since I was a kid. Like, yeah, they've added, like, the Battle Royale stuff from Fortnite, or their version of Fortnite PUBG, but, meh. Anything with Crimson Desert? Eventually. I'm going with what, as of right now, is drawing people into my channel. So, right now, comparing what I've done on my old channel that had, basically not a ton of people watching my stuff, where I just mainly did From Software stuff, but I did all of the games right away. Like, I want to make sure I get as much content from one game as I can, and then when I get as much content as I can from one game, I'll move on to the next. So, once I'm done with Elden Ring, and then I go on to Night Rain, and I get the rest of the From Software games done, by that time, I hopefully will have a big enough audience where I can move to Crimson Desert and go from there. Because that game, honestly, that game probably would, if I was doing a true 100% run and trying to do different build videos, trying to do different, like, location videos for weapons and items, that'd probably take me a full year to do. Probably. Like, with uploading 2 videos a week, probably take me a full year. And I don't know if, I'm not saying I wouldn't grow, but, like, I don't know if the Crimson Desert audience is the same people that play Elden Ring and From Software games. Because to me, that game isn't a Souls game, which is perfectly fine. Not every game has to be a Souls game. But, like, the RPG aspect just seems more like a Grand Theft Auto RPG, which I'm honestly not a fan of Grand Theft Auto. Like, where you can have a sandbox game where you can just do anything and everything. I'm kind of okay with, like, not having that. Because, like, the reason why I play video games is because I love combat and challenge. and from what I've seen from different people playing the game, is the combat isn't a challenge until bosses, and there's a lot of bosses in the game, but there's also way more enemies, and the enemies are like more spongy, and they're not spongy. How can I say it? They're soft and squishy. They're not hard and tough. You know what I mean? Like they're soft and squishy, so you can just pound on them until they're dead, going through your cool combos. But it's not a challenge. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll get there one day.
If you had the metal to endure this long, it seems torrent, whereas there is, but I can take gathering place.
I'm good. I'll be there. I'll be there in a minute, lady. I gotta go kill a dragon and get a lot of money so I can make my build. Oh, I also might pick Crimson Desert up whenever it goes on sale. It's like with the girlfriend and I buying a house, like I'm not living in an apartment anymore where paying for that monthly payment was half of what I'm paying now for a house. So I gotta be a little more conscious about spending money on video games. Otherwise, I probably would have bought it and played it opening weekend, but that just wasn't in the cards for right now. You don't plan on getting Crimson Desert until you get through Elden Ring and the DLC and Night Rain? Have you played Night Rain yet? Because Night Rain's a blast, dude. Like, I honestly love it more than Elden Ring. If there was just more content in the game, I probably would have been a Night Rain guy and only played Night Rain on my channel for however long until I get a big enough audience to do other stuff. But there's just not that much, unfortunately. Like, there's a lot, don't get me wrong. You haven't? Okay, well, I won't spoil anything about the game. But you have 8 characters, like 8 different builds, basically, to play through. And you can customize your builds based on the passives you get from items and weapons and whatnot. But you've heard it's co-op, but you don't know much about that. So basically how it works is you can choose to play by yourself, which is pretty tough. It's pretty difficult, which I liked. Or you can play with 2-person or 3-person. You can really see the game is built to play with multiple people. And when you do play with multiple people, it's a lot of fun. Especially 3-player. But it's still a blast to play as 1 person. But if you're going to play solo, you're not going to do the same stuff as you would if you were playing with 3 people. At least that's what I've found when I've played with my girlfriend and my best friend. And we've gone that way. But like the boss fights, really good. If you've ever played a roguelike before, like a Risk of Rain or Hades, Hades 2, something like that, which I'd recommend Hades and Hades 2. They're really, really fun. The bosses they're a combination of those bosses mixed with the Souls-like formula, which is really good. Like, they're just really good. With the exception of, like, one boss, again, I won't spoil it. You'll probably be able to figure it out whenever you play Rip. Which one I'm talking about. But, oh, wait, hang on. I got distracted. I gotta put on my thing, which means the dragon sees me, so I gotta go rest again. With Night Rain, the bosses are really good. The lore is not as deep because it goes off of Elden Ring's lore, but from a different dimension. So it is a little bit weird. It's a little bit different than what you'd expect when you hop into Night Rain, but it's ridiculously addictive. Like, it's addictive because it's Elden Ring, but faster. That's how it is. It's the best way I can describe it. It is Elden Ring, but faster. And you have preset builds that you get to choose from to have different play styles. Like if, for example, Bloodhound's Fang, there's no character that's good with curved greatswords, but you have 3 different characters, I won't tell you which ones, that would be able to do a Bloodhound's Fang build. You got a dude that's from Sekiro in there. You got a dude that's kind of like Bloodborne mixed in there with the OG dude, the main dude, that you probably see on the cover photo and everything of Wilder. That's his name. You got a bunch of different playstyles, and honestly, all of the playstyles are fun. My favorite playstyle is the Sekiro playstyle. Because I just really love the ability to deflect everything and tank all of the different types of damage. But there's a lot in that game, but once you get a couple hundred hours in, you're like, okay, I want more. And there just isn't more. That's unfortunate. And the DLC, though, the DLC is very hard. Like, it's hard. It's very hard. My girlfriend and I took probably a good month or so where we were playing at least one match a night. We'd make it to the final boss of the run, and we just get blown up instantly, and we're like, wow, we suck. We thought we were really strong because we maxed out our levels, maxed out our weapons, abilities, and all that stuff. We got stats and passives lined up to just be an absolute unit. And then the boss just demolishes us. So we're like, well, okay. Well, that's fun. But when we finally beat it, man, it was like I was mentioning earlier, when you're low health and you just do a boatload of damage, or you just finally click and lock in, and you just get that sense of accomplishment. Oh, the dopamine hit is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I love Nightrun. I think it's one of their best games. It's not their best game, but it's one of the best games that you could play. For sure. Especially for playing co-op. Almost there. Then I get to stack up my build. I haven't played with a Bloodhound Stang in a while. There we go. I just had to smooch him one more time. Alright, let's throw that on. Got the Dragon Hearts, beauty. And we got 75,000, right? Excellent. We're gonna go 25. This is 17, right? Oh, it's 18. Did I get my levels mixed up? I might have got my levels mixed up. Oh well. Then we'll do some stamina. I gotta get stamina a little higher in order to actually fight the way I want to fight. Trying to think, what else do I need to do? Do I have any talismans? I do not. Okay. I don't have any money. Well, that's unfortunate. That's fine. We will go here, and we're going to go into that dungeon again, the catacomb, and we're going to get that talisman again. Just because early on, having the ability to get health back is really, really helpful. Alright. Let's go in there and mess up that assassin.
Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck.
I don't think I've ever used a warrior. So I'm actually liking the armor. Like, I'd rock this for a whole playthrough, I think. I might get rid of the headpiece, but like the armor set, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. For a starting class armor set. I like it. I might have to use it for one of my videos that I got coming up. Down the road once the walkthroughs are done. You guys also don't have any idea how hard it is for me to not talk about one of my upcoming plans that I have for my channel. Like, my girlfriend's sick of me talking about it because I just think it's such a good idea. She's like, yes, I know, you've talked about this for 3 weeks. You've already gotten things written down, like what you want to do for like a script, and what your items that you're going to use, what your weapons that you're going to use, what the things are, the whole thing behind the video, the point behind the video. Oh, I'm not going the right way. Oops. Well, it's a good thing most of these skeletons suck at hitting me. But I think it's going to be something you guys are going to really like. It's just going to be a couple months before we get there, because I want to get the walkthrough done first for Shadow of the Erd Tree. And I'm hoping that won't take me more than a month to record and upload. But we'll see. Because there's like 13 or so areas in the DLC, I think. And I don't know if I'm going to make one area per video, because some areas are kind of small, some areas are kind of big. You're using the Hoslow armor now? That armor is pretty sweet. I like that a lot. You got to that point of the playthrough, definitely one of your favorites. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'd say my favorite is the Tree Sentinel armor, or not the Tree Sentinel armor, the Crucible armor. That was a pretty sick finish. The Crucible armor with all the antlers. With like oh my god, I'm blanking on her name. What's the boss's name? The Crucible Knight with the spear. What is that boss's armor? I know it's just Crucible Knight armor, but it's different. It looks different than the other one with the shield. That's probably my favorite armor set in the game. If not my favorite, it's like top 3 for sure. That one, the Knights Cavalry that I'm rocking right now in my videos. That one's pretty good. It reminds me a lot of Guts from Berserk. But I'm not sure what else. What other armor sets are pretty? Tree Sentinel one looks really cool if you're going for like that Royal Knight vibe. Remember your first time in Lindale Catacombs? You've never felt so confused and lost? They've got like 3 or 4 catacombs where they just put the same level with one small change in it, and it just confused me. Like, even in my notes, I'm like, if you're confused, just go back to the very beginning and try again. You think the name starts with an H, but you could be wrong? I don't know. I'd have to look it up. And right now, I'm just too lazy to look it up, because I got 2 hands, and they definitely could type it up and take 10 seconds, but we'll see. I want to say it's like... I think it starts with an L. Like Lucida's or something like that, but I could be wrong. I'm probably very wrong. I'm not sure. You spent like 1 hour just running circles down there? Yeah. So did I. Like on my walkthrough prep, I have a running Word document. And it's just me typing in circle, go right, room looks the same, do this, go right, room looks the same, do this, go right. Wait, doesn't 3 rights make a circle? What? I'm so confused. Just came across your channel when I was searching for Elden Ring walkthroughs. Just want to say your vids are amazing. Keep it up, bro. Hey, I appreciate that, Sonny. I appreciate that a lot. You've been following my walkthrough now, and you're at Volcano Manor. Awesome. That's good, dude. I'm glad. What build you running?
Might I bend your ear? My name is a servant's there. But I swear, my good father.
I want to know who this voice actress is. I actually like her voice. If I were to ever make a video game, I'd think of a character, and I'd just so I could use this actress. Oh, basic samurai, a dex build? Hey, nothing wrong with that, dude. Nothing wrong with that. What katana are you using? You a Moon Veil lover, or a Rivers of Blood guy? Or my personal favorite, the Nagakiba. Rivers of Blood? Good choice. Good choice, dude. That with the Shard of Alexander and the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. Oh, it's disgusting damage. Ah, it was close. I knew there was an L in there. It's Siluria. Yes. Siluria. Thank you, Rip. I appreciate you looking that up, dude. Searched it up, and the voice actor's name is Claire Corbett. Or Corbet? Corbet? I hope it's Corbet. I'm dyslexic. I can't read. All right, well, cool. Awesome. That is useful information. If I ever make enough money to make my own video game, I'll have to hire that lady. That's one area I'd love to get into too, is voice acting. So I've got some interesting voices that I could do for different characters, but again, I don't want to spoil them Because some of the videos that I have planned requires me to voice act. And I wanna save that for what I got planned. Alright, let's head to the map piece and the golden seed, and then we'll go towards the castle. You got a good voice for voice acting? Hey, thank you, I appreciate that. I wasn't even planning on using this voice. That's the thing. I've got an interesting array of voices, let's just say that. Like, I imitate a lot of people. Like, one of my previous jobs was being a teacher. I taught middle school. I taught middle school PE and health, and I would make fun of the kids whenever they do their whining voice. So, oh god, there were some kids that get so mad at me for making fun of them because I sound exactly like them, and they're like, "How are you, a big man, sounding like a 12-year-old kid? And you're doing it with even more sass than them." You bought the game more than a year ago and any other walkthroughs felt confusing. I used to just quit the game after playing for a couple of days. This has been the longest I've gone, and you hope it stays? Hey, I hope so too, man. This is a great game. I know it's massive and it can get very overwhelming, but like, this is a great game. And I hope you stick to it. If you do stick to it, you're gonna have to come back and tell me what ending you chose, because there's a couple. There's actually like 8 or 9 potential different endings that you could do, but there's only like 3 or 4 that you can get for a trophy. Alright, let's get my second upgrade, then we'll head to the round table and level up the Bloodhound's Fang. Then we'll just start destroying stuff. I definitely have the best walkthrough videos so far that you've watched. Hey, thank you, Rip. I appreciate that, dude. My goal with these walkthroughs is try to be as in-depth and entertaining as possible. Because there, like I said earlier, there's some that do this stuff for short videos or long-form videos, and they either don't say anything at all and they just put text on screen, which I'm just like, I don't want to read. I want somebody to tell me and show me where I'm at. Or if they are going to talk, they sound so monotoned and so lackluster energetic that it's like, what's the point of even making the video in the first place, dude, if you're not going to have fun? Let's see. Watched a lot in my first playthrough, but when I start my second to 100% came across and been the only one I've watched. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Right now, your armor set is just the Albinoric mask and nothing else. Ah, Naked Man, huh? Naked Man run. I like that. That's fun. That's tough. Before you were like, yeah, let's go for the first plat trophy. Now it's like, bro, just finish the game at least once first. Hey, I get that, dude. I get that. I was the opposite when I first started playing these games. I didn't care about platinuming them. I just wanted to beat them. But when I came across Bloodborne, that was my first From Software game. I played Bloodborne for probably a good 150 hours before I stopped. That game's probably only 30 hours long. Like, I just didn't want it to end. And I didn't even do all the trophies. It was literally just me playing the main campaign. Didn't have the DLC yet. Just the main campaign. And then I was like, all right, time to be done. And when I finished the run, I cried. I was so excited. I had so much adrenaline rush from everything. And I was like, I need more. And then I saw that they had a DLC, played it, beat it, and I was like, I need more. And then I was like, what's a platinum trophy mean? And then there we go. Here we are. Platinuming every game I play from Software, because their games are just so good. The only one I'm actually kind of worried about doing is Dark Souls 2, because, man, when I beat that game, that was so hard for me to do. I did not enjoy that game, and nearly as much as the others, purely because of the jankiness of it.
No matter.
But doesn't mean the game's bad. Just, I didn't enjoy it.
Lay out your arms.
You've played every one but Dark Souls 2? I'm not saying don't, but understand if you come with it with the same polish and keen as like a Dark Souls 3 or a Sekiro, Elden Ring, Bloodborne level of combat where it's fast-paced, pretty precise dodge windows, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be more like Dark Souls 1, which, again, not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing if you are aware of it. But Oh man, just because you're aware of it doesn't make it any less irritating than it can be. What's my favorite? Elden Ring? No, Elden Ring is actually not in my top 3, I don't think. It's close to my top 3, but it's the one that a lot of people want to watch. It's one that I'm pretty good at, so I play it for stream. But my favorite is Bloodborne. I would say between PlayStation 4 and then PlayStation 5 and even my girlfriend's console, if I combine all of the hours, I think I've got like 3,000 hours in that game. I've played it so much. I even platinumed it on her PlayStation because I didn't want her to not platinum it. So, yeah. Which she's like, why didn't I get a trophy when I finally got the last trophy? And I was like, oh yeah, I did that when you weren't looking on a different run, sorry. I didn't know if you were ever going to do it, so, yeah. But Bloodborne's my favorite for sure. On your first playthrough of Elden Ring, you did the Vare quest line, got to Moog's Dynasty, while you were like level 40 and there's so many ruins. Oh my god, dude, that's awesome. You beat him from like level 40? That's wild, dude. I haven't done that. I haven't done that yet. I should try that. Should I try it on the Deathless run that I got going on? For me, or for you, Sonny, it's Bloodborne number 1, Sekiro number 2, Dark Souls 1 for number 3 for now. Maybe after completing Elden Ring, that might change to your top 3. That's a good top 3, dude. It's a good top 3. I'd say my number 1 is Bloodborne. Number 2, 3, and everything else changes on and off every once in a while. I would say probably my number 2 is, and I'm looking at all From Software games. I'd say my number 2 is probably, that's a good question, because every one of them so good. If we're just sticking in the Souls-like genre and we're not including Armored Core 6, I'd probably say my second favorite game is probably Sekiro. And then number 3 is the Demon's Souls remake, because I never got to play the actual Demon's Souls, but I know they kept so much of it the same as From Software, Bluepoint did. So I'm like, this game is amazing. I know the visuals aren't From Software, but like the level design, the world building, the environmental storytelling of the game that they just updated and made it look visually different, like, I love it. I love it so much. The characters are really cool in that game. The game's system, like the internal system of the game in general between or darkness and light, that's awesome, dude. I love that game. So to me, that one's probably in my top 3. And then I'd say Elden Ring and Night Range probably tied for that 4th spot. And then probably from there, honestly, it doesn't really matter. But if we're going to add in like Armored Core 6, which isn't really a Souls game, but it still has a really good Souls feel, I'd probably put Armored Core 6 in my number 2 spot. Or number 3. You're going to try a level 1 Deathless run after this? Dude, you sound like you're a god. Are you a goat? Are you mortal? I'm good at these games, but like, I'm not that good. Like I've done some challenge runs, but the Deathless run is the one thing I've never done in any video game because I know I'm an idiot and I'm gonna die. Like, I haven't even made it out of Liurnia yet. I think the farthest I've gotten was running around looking for upgrade materials in Liurnia, and I got killed by lobsters near the Folly on the Lake Grace. That's the farthest I've gotten. I killed Godric. Is that Godric? Yeah, Godric. Godric the Grafted. Oh, I didn't put anything in that. Well, that's dumb. It's not gonna matter. Don't listen to you, never finish the game, asking you. Oh, you're asking me to try a level 1 Deathless run. Oh god, no. I'm struggling just with a regular Deathless run, dude. I'm good, but I'm not that good. Like I said, I'm kind of dumb. I'm kind of dumb. I'm gonna fall to gravity, or I'm gonna die to just a random enemy because I'm not paying attention. If I did a level 1 run in general, not even Deathless, just level 1 run. Oh god, we'd be here for years. I think if I get through this and I get to a point where Like right now, I can get through Weeping Peninsula fairly easily, and I could get through most of Limgrave pretty easily. But like if I map out where I need to go or what I need to do, I think that's gonna help the run actually progress, so I can make Limgrave and Weeping Peninsula out of like a half hour, 45 minutes, instead of it taking most of the stream. Because you'd think if I've done walkthrough preps and played 100% and I know where everything is, I'd have like an ideal plan mapped out. Oh God, no. This game's too big. I'm too much of an idiot. You watched Jev do the level 1, so that's stuck in your mind? Oh, gotcha, yeah. There's some crazy people out there that are absolutely stupid good at these games, and I'm just kind of good. Every once in a while, I can lock in and do some really cool stuff, but there are some people that are just like, wow, I'm not to sound bad, like this is not an insult, because it's amazing how good you are, but like, you don't have a life, dude. Like, that's all you do. It's actually impressive that that's all you do. Because if you can do things without looking at the screen, and you like instinctually know how many buttons to press and where to press without looking, like, dude, that's wild. That's wild. Like, that's to me more impressive on those deathless runs and god runs and things like that that people do, where they do no hit runs. It's like, you're not even looking and you can do everything perfectly. That's wild. You've learned something from your videos, man. Like, I've never knew that the turtle mausoleums, or what they were in so many other locations and items. Like, you never made it to the deep root depths. Oh, that was your first time? Wow, that's cool. I'm glad I could help you. Glad I could help you find new things in the game. An Elden Ring for new players, never touch grass. Hey, you're not wrong. You might have found me out, dude. I don't touch grass that often. That was sick. That's illegal. That's illegal. You brought in backup. You're a cheater. Oh, God, that hurt. Excuse me. Excuse me, Spear Boy. Could you chill out, Spear Boy? Thank you. Thank you for chilling. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, I had stamina. Nice. Alright, well that was easy. Alright, was there anything else I needed to do here? I'm trying to think. Is there any somber 3s in Limgrave / Weeping Peninsula? I don't think so. No, I think they start in Liurnia. There's probably 1 or 2 in Caelid, but that's I'm not dumb enough to go there. Not yet, anyway. Alright, let's level up. We need more endurance. Because I would like to be able to dodge or attack one more time. Alright, is there anything in this castle that I think I need? I mean, maybe the smithing stones if I decide to switch to a basic weapon, but I don't think I'm going to do that for a while. You don't touch grass much? You do work from home, and when you log out, you switch on Elden Ring? Only time you touch grass is weekends? With friends or with your girl? Hey, I understand that, man. I understand that. That's kind of how I've been. Like, I have a job aside from YouTube. Like, I don't get paid at all from this stuff. This is purely a hobby that right now that for some reason people are watching, and I'm really happy they are. But when it comes to my day job, I work 40 or more hours in a week, and for like the last 6 months, more often than not, I've been closer to 50 or 60 hours a week, and I'm still trying to do videos, 2 videos a week for YouTube, plus a video a week for Instagram or TikTok, whatever I decide. If I decide to do TikTok, I don't know. I'm not a fan of TikTok, but it shouldn't really matter what I'm a fan of. It matters what you guys like. Because whatever you guys want to watch is what I should do. But, oh well. But, yeah, there's... Like, my girlfriend's asked me several times with this walkthrough that I've got going on, actually getting more views than what my Bloodborne videos did. So I'm, like, being like, I gotta focus more on this, use more time on this. She's like, when are we gonna do something fun? She's like, all I do is help you with your walkthrough prep and type for you. And we just talk about your videos or other things. She's like, when are we gonna do something else? I'm like, that's a great question. I'm always at work or I'm doing this, so. Your girlfriend hates Elden Ring because you keep playing that whenever she video calls you. Hey, I get that. I get that. When I first started dating my girlfriend about, what is it, like 5-6 years ago? That was right around the time that I think Elden Ring was in talks. And I told her, like, hey, when Elden Ring comes out, I'm not going to talk to you. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm not going to talk to you. I love you. We've been together for like a year at this point. No, you're going to be the one for me and all that stuff, but like I'm never going to talk to you. I'm going to be playing this game till I die. And sure enough, then eventually we moved in together and she saw how much I play video games. She's like, I never understood how much you play video games. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I like video games, but like you like video games. I'm like, yeah, yes I do. I do 100%. She doesn't even have any idea of what games are, or let alone Souls. Yeah, that's true. There are some people out there that are like that. Parents just either didn't let them play video games, or didn't want them around video games, or she's just might be like, I don't need them. So there are people out there that are like that, which is wild. Because I like them so much because it allows people to be creative. And I like exploring different ideas and creativity that this game especially and a lot of other games offer. To you, birds have to be the most annoying enemy, either them or the grafted scions, finger creepers, or revenants. You hate each and every one of them, so annoying. I think for me, the birds are the worst enemy in the game. Otherwise, everything else is pretty cool. You're sorry, girl, but I need an Elden Lord. Yeah, that's true. I get that. That's me too. That is 100% me too, dude. No, like in order to get my girlfriend into this game, I had to show her how to play Bloodborne first because she likes playing video games, but to her, video games are like Resident Evil, or they were at one point, but it was like Resident Evil, or Call of Duty, or what other games did she play? I can't remember. She liked scary games too, so like Evil Within. Some of those games I actually like. Like Evil Within's pretty sick. But she didn't know these existed. So I showed her what they were. And then she's like, can I try? And I'm like, sure. And then I had to not go into teacher mode because, you know, like I like helping people learn stuff. And I just had to let her figure it out because she's like, don't tell me what to do unless I really ask. So, yeah. Limgrave needs you, not dogs. Oh, no, dogs actually in this game are nothing. They're easy. Like, they're way easy. If you haven't played... I can't remember. Did you say you've played every game? If you haven't played Bloodborne, Bloodborne's dogs. My goodness. Those dogs are awful. In, like, the best way possible. Because they are just hyper-aggressive. They got a little bit too big of a hitbox, but it's not the end of the world. Ooh, that bleed. Love it. You hate the rats in Dark Souls 1s? And yeah, Bloodborne dogs. But see, I don't hate anything in Bloodborne. Like, literally anything. Like, I am that big of a fanboy of that game. I don't hate anything in Bloodborne. Everything is amazing. And I have a huge bias for that game for a reason I honestly just won't say because it's too personal for me. But, like, I love that game so much, I could never talk smack about Bloodborne. Ever. Nothing. Everything in that game is amazing, in my opinion. If you have a different opinion, that's perfectly fine. But I will say the dogs in Bloodborne, very tough. They have kind of janky hitboxes. They move way faster than most of the other dogs. Like in this game, they just kind of stand there. But in other games, those dogs are wild. And the rats from Dark Souls 1s were awful too, because they poison you. Do I want to fight Crucible Knight? kind of want to fight Crucible Knight. And then I think it's time for Stormvale Castle. I don't remember what this weapon scales off of. Because if I have a feeling, since I'm using a broken weapon in the beginning of the game, that I'm probably going to live for a while. Maybe I should try to do like a hybrid build with a little bit of magic or faith or something like that. But I don't ever use that stuff, so I don't know what's good. You guys got any recommendations? Bloodborne dogs are a byproduct of Flash or Quicksilver. My God, those guys are... yeah, they are. They are stupidly fast. And I love them. I love them. I have had many different runs, like speed run attempts when I was just doing it for fun on my own time. I've had many different runs in because of those dogs. Because I'm just trying to kill anything and then a dog comes by. Or a bunch of dogs just stagger me in one spot. Oh, I don't have a shield that parries, do I? Or do I? I might. I'll check here in a little bit. Ouch. Oh, he got me. What a legend. I love this move. I love that move so much. That's so cool. Definitely my favorite boss in the game. Right here. Just love Crucibles. I don't like that they become just enemies throughout the game. But I do love that they are... I love them as a boss. Oh, good move, sir. You don't understand the fuss about Bloodborne Remastered until you played it? I mean, I would love a remastered Bloodborne. Honestly, I'd love anything new with Bloodborne. But I know if they do a sequel, it's not going to be as good. That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but like if they do a sequel, I personally do not think it will be as good. Sequels are when game companies try to do something new, but what they add new is not what fans were expecting. So, like, I don't want anything new if they were to make a sequel of Bloodborne. I want the exact same combat system. I want the exact same weapons with some new weapons, but I wouldn't want any new magic. I wouldn't want any new combat system stuff. Because, like, I think Bloodborne's combat's the best combat in the Souls genre. Because I love the rally system. I need to run away for 2 seconds. Excuse me, buddy. I don't trust you letting me heal. Favorite bosses, including the DLC, are probably Mesmer or Melania. Melania's a good pick. Mesmer's pretty cool. I don't know who my favorite boss in the game is, other than Crucible Knight, but if you're asking like a favorite remembrance, I don't know. Malekith would probably be my favorite just because of the aura he's got. Like, that dude aura farms so hard. But his fight's just so short. He's got the same problem as Ludwig in Bloodborne. Where that dude just, one of the coolest bosses, great music, great arena, but he's just got such a tiny health bar. But I don't know. And Radagon is one of my favorite fights, but every now and again he gets too spammy with magic. And then you got Elden Beast after, which is, in my opinion, a really poor attempt at a final boss. But, oh well. Other than that, though, I really don't know who my favorite remembrance would be. Probably Moog, honestly. Moog, Lord of Blood, probably my favorite. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, I love his fight. I think his fight's awesome. He's got, like, the right amount of health, does the right amount of damage. You can come to him early if you wanted, kind of like how you talked about it earlier. Or how you mentioned it earlier. He's got really cool rewards. You get a ton of money for killing him. Like, it's cool. And true, sequels need to be done carefully. Even with movies, you just can't make a sequel because the first one was a hit. Oh, exactly right, dude. Exactly right. Like, there have been so many movies out there, or movie series, that were supposed to be a trilogy that they never finished the trilogy because movie number 1 was really good. Movie number 2 was really bad. And then something happened in number 3 where they're like, typically it was like a creative difference or like a writing difference. And then it costed too much money to reshoot. So they just canceled the project or something like that. Like, it happens a lot, unfortunately. That's why I think Lord of the Rings trilogy will probably be the best trilogy ever made, simply because trilogies are so hard to make. There's exceptions anyway. Well, true. Yeah, there's true. There's always an exception. Like Terminator 2 and Aliens. Yeah, good examples, dude. Good examples, Fabio. You love Dune, not gonna lie. Yeah, Dune. I really enjoyed the Dune movies so far. Like, I'm not sure what the newest one is. I know I've seen the first one, and I think I've seen the second one. I'd have to watch it again. And I loved those series. I loved those movies. I don't know if the newest one's out yet, but that is a series that I really would like to enjoy. But like, there was some that growing up, I know my family, or either my parents or my sister really liked. And my sister really liked the Twilight series. And I'm like, I can't watch this. I watched the first one, and I'm like, I don't know why you like this stuff. Dune 3's coming in December. Let's go, dude. God, that's right around Christmas. It's a little Christmas treat for me. Heck yeah. That's awesome. But like, my girlfriend doesn't like, or she liked the Twilight series as a kid. She watched them again recently, and she's like, why did I like this? Which made me laugh. So, yeah. But there are some series out there, like I think the Divergent series. A lot of people liked movie number 1. Movie number 2 was a flop, and then they stopped making movie number 3. I think that's how it went, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen those movies in forever. Oh my goodness. Well, you're having a bad time, Margaret. I wish there was something in the game where we could use his little holy weapons. And there might be. I know my 100% playthrough is about as close to 100% as somebody can make. But, oh my god, how close was I? Okay, I'm not that close. I thought I about shot myself off the edge. That would have been amazing if I did that. But like, I know I'm about as close to 100% in this game as I can, so I might miss something like that. But I don't think it's in the game, which is a bummer. How does the Bloodhound Fang do stun that quick? Mine doesn't do that. I've leveled it up. I'm pretty sure I leveled it up to +2. So it hits a little bit harder. And if you use the Ash of War with left trigger, then right trigger, it hits a second time, so it does extra stun on the second hit. 47. I think this scales more with dexterity. I could be wrong. Yeah, I've got this thing to +2. So if you were to use this weapon and you had it at +1, I think it would still stun. But if it's just regular, left trigger, right trigger, and then that second attack does even more stun if it connects. And I think there's some hidden mechanic too, that if you have an attack hit you during your invincibility, then it will also stagger. You'll have to use the Ash of War more often then. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's an issue that I have with this game, honestly, is that you have some people, in order to be really strong, rely too much on Ashes of War. I'm not a fan of the Ash of War system. I think it takes away from the combat because it's like a win button. Now, if you're doing a run, like a challenge run where it's like no hit or like no hit, or if it's trying to think what else, or like a low level run, like a level 1 run or something like that, that makes sense. You killed that guy right away, couldn't trust him. So he does actually try to trick you while you're in here, but he just becomes an NPC for a side quest later in the game. Like if you wanted to get an ancient smithing stone really quick, or not that's necessarily really quick, but like relatively early in the game, you can do his quest in the castle, or actually you don't even really need to, but you could get where you leave him alone once you get done and kill Godric. Then you gotta talk to Nefeli Lu a couple times, and you gotta talk to Gideon a couple times, Kenneth Haight a couple times. We didn't talk to Kenneth Haight yet. What am I doing? I missed out on a golden seed. I gotta go do that. But once you talk to Kenneth Haight and get all of them talking about who will be the next ruler of Limgrave, and you help Nefeli Lu essentially get to that title, then you can get an ancient dragon smithing stone as a reward. But like, it's a lot of back and forth talking stuff and finding weird, like an item in a really random weird location. So it's just like, I don't like that quest. You found out about that guy the hard way. He stole your souls. Yeah, he does that. He does that. I don't know what triggers him to do that, though, because I know sometimes he just doesn't show up at all. Oh, you gotta go, Rip? Hey, no problem, dude. Thanks for hanging out with me in stream, man. You're looking forward to the walkthroughs? Absolutely, dude. I uploaded, I think, my last one yesterday, which is for Dragon Lord Placidusax and Crumbling Far Missoula, so you'll have to check that one out. That one was a pretty wild episode. Like, even I finished and was like, dude, that was fun. And I recorded that way later than I should have in the evening. It was right after a 10-hour day, so I got a little loopy in it. I couldn't read. So a couple times I was like, what did I even say? I had to do it again. It was pretty good. Oh, what am I doing? I don't like you. No. No, I don't want to. I want my golden seed. Oh! Whoops. Is my golden seed going to be up here? No, it's not. That sucks. You'll be on for part 23 when you get later? Gotcha. Sounds good, dude. Where's my golden seed? Wait, did it not give it to me because he fell to his death? Oh, no, there it is. Okay. It was in a tree. Game. Let me have my... There we go. Okay, good. Much better. Alright, let's see. Back to Stormvale. So I think we'll be able to clear him out, and then we can start Liurnia. Oh my god, it's almost been 2 hours. What is time? Time flies. Alright, cliffside. Here we go. Oh. Gostock closes the door on you in the room with the knight. No. Yep, that is correct. That is 100% correct. So I've done his quest in the castle, or I've gotten him to do everything in the castle before. I just don't remember what the heck triggers him to go all of in his different locations. Because, like, there's some... Ow. Can you... Really? Okay. Alright. My sword's bigger, so stop. But, like, he hangs out down here somewhere. Like, I think he hangs out in the corner right over there. Yeah, he hangs out down below. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, that is unfortunate. I'm glad you guys had the same reaction as me. I said those same things in my head. All right, then. We gotta delete that one. And we gotta start all over, baby. So again, according to the rules, gotta find a new weapon. Can't use Bloodhound's Fang. Any suggestions, fellers, of what we should look for? Or what we should go with? Explain Elden Ring. You think you die to Radon, but no, you die to Gostock's cousins. Yeah, no kidding. Your PS5 would fly out the window this time. Man, you guys got more anger than I do. My goodness. The Zweihander's pretty cool. All right, let's do the Zweihander run. That's pretty sick. I love that weapon. All right, Deathless 10. 10 attempts, baby. Ruin. My favorite. And then away we go. All right, that's in Weeping Peninsula in the shack by the water, right? Yeah, that's where it is. I feel like the Zweihander's an underrated weapon in this game. You love hardcore, as you said. You play a lot of Ninja Gaiden, but I don't have the patience. That's true, dude. That is true. There are some games where it's like I can't do this right now. It's just I just don't have patience for dumb things to happen. See, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh, I didn't get all the barrels. No big deal. They won't throw another one. And then there it is. Oh well. Time to move on. Oh, thank God. Okay. If I died without the health bar, I would have had to start again because it wouldn't take me anywhere. I think it just respawns me right back at the castle, so I would have had to start again, technically. Alright, time to go fight the hardest boss in the game. Oh, whoops. Gravity. I'm too chill for dying like that. Dude, I've got thousands of hours in these games. If I got mad at every single death, especially when I was at fault, I should have rolled. I should have rolled through those barrels to try to break them, but I didn't. I even thought about it as like I should roll, he might, and I'm like, nah. I'm like, well, okay, my fault. I don't like how quiet this little early tutorial dungeon is. Like, I thought there was some ambiance music in this, like there is in some of the other dungeons, but apparently not. Just had to poke him. He was in a pokeable position, you know? Alright, Soldier of Godric, hardest boss in the game, right here. I wonder if somebody's done a randomizer run where they've came down here and just Melania's chilling. If Melania was chilling down here, what would the lore implications be? Ow, good move. Take your time. There we go. Does selecting a girl change anything, like hitboxes or speed? No, not to my knowledge. I don't think so. I just do it because I like it, how this character looks. Otherwise, no, I would just use a default character, but when I play games like this, typically I try to do, like, my first playthrough is just figuring out what comes when, and, like, weapons, items, looks, and all that stuff. Like, I just create something. And then later playthroughs, like what you probably saw with, like, the different options that I had, if you really look at some of them, you'd be like, oh, this dude's tried to play it as Zoro before, or from One Piece, or other characters. And this one, I just created, I was like, I want to have a character with pink eyes, so I just made somebody based off of that. You saw a guy playing the mod Graceborn, you think it's Elden Ring, but with Bloodborne stuff? Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. But my gripe with it is that it isn't modded enough for me. Because I've tried that. I've tried that one before. It's the same enemies with the same movesets. They just have different skins. And a lot of the items are basically the exact same. So it's just weird. It's just weird. It doesn't feel different enough for me to want to play it. You've had a playthrough where your major character looked like Kratos and used an axe? That's pretty cool. I've never thought about using that or doing that. I might have to do that one time. Do a Kratos build, Kratos run. Obviously, you used the Axe of Godfrey, right? It had to be the Axe of Godfrey. It's like the coolest looking axe in the game. One of the most goated axe in the game. That's not what I wanted. Clicked a random part of the video and guess what I see? It's free.
You're a taunt. I can also see.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you, man. I guess you just got that kind of luck today. Sure, we'll take the crafting kit. That's fine. Alright, now I need... I don't remember how much this Y-hander costs. Oh, I don't have the horse yet. Duh. I'm dumb. Alright, we gotta actually make progress in the next hour. I want to get through Limgrave. Well, Weeping Peninsula and Limgrave. That's the goal. And with this Y-hander, I think we'll be able to do it. Been in Limgrave way too much. Oh, I don't have my horse. Why do I keep thinking I have my horse? I love how that thing moves. I just like it how it jumps. You don't like the sorcery stuff in Souls games? You mainly like strength builds? I mean, I like melee. Anything melee's fun. I have a blast with that more than magic. But I've tried to dip into magic a little bit more and more just to see if there's like melee focused magic that I could do. And so far in this game, I think I've only found the what are they called? The Carrion Blade sorceries. It's like the only ones. So like the Carrion Slicer and Piercer and things like that. Those are the only ones that I've found. But yeah, like what you said, it's more fun with melee. Strength builds to me, though, are a little slow, depending on what weapon you can use, or you're going to use. Wait, which one did I just put that in? That's the wrong one. I want that. And we'll go... That's not the right one either. There we go. And, okay, now I can summon my horse. Alright, we're back in business. I just gotta go get this flail, because once I get this Y-hander, I want to go to the dragon and level it up. Magic feels boring. Stay a mile away from the boss. Have 10 flasks, yeah. Yeah, that's true, but the same can also be said for melee if you're going to use Ash of Wars. Since it uses the same resource with your blue bar, it can also be treated the same way as that too, which I've seen many people play with, unfortunately. And it's like, that doesn't require skill. You just hit one button and win. I like fighting bosses straight up. You don't remember what you used for that axe, but you switched to Godfrey's axe for the end. He's very late into the game. He is. If you choose to go through, all of the game in order, he's like right at the very end of the game. Like how I've got my 100% run. I realized that I got literally all of the game done, and then I was like, oh, I didn't do Halig Tree. I gotta do the Halig Tree part next. Whoops. What do you mean? My Rivers of Blood L2 spam takes no skill. Hey, it depends on the day. Depends on who you're fighting. Like, you gotta line yourself up properly to hit that button like 6 times to get all those attacks off. So I get what you're saying, dude. I get what you're saying. But especially if you're using like Ash of War where you don't have to do anything and you can hit them from a distance. Like those ones are just not fun. And even Bloodhound Spam with its invincibility, like that's broken. That is brokenly strong. Where am I going? I need to go get this Y-hander. I'm dumb. I will say, though, the Rivers of Blood and Night Rain, goated. Absolutely goated. Best weapon in the game.
Oi! You there?
At least in melee, you have to dodge and calculate your attacks. Exactly. I will say that. If you're using the Ash of War for melee combos and things like that, you are 100% right, dude. You gotta be in danger in order to use them. Most of the time. Not all the time. Oh, no. Oh, no. He didn't come on the screen yet. He didn't come on the screen yet. I don't have to fight him. I don't have to fight him. I barely made it away. Thank God. I wasn't paying attention until I did. I did not want to fight that dude yet. I want my Zweihander first. I'm not going to trigger the dragon, am I? Okay, no, I'm not. Thank God. Because, like, the dragon's not a problem. He's really easy. Very easy to no-hit. But I don't want to fight the Knight's Cavalry, because that dude's annoying. And I just want more levels, and I want my actual weapon before I do anything with that stuff. On the other side, the strength build, you have a lot of defense and HP for the most. With mage, you just die in one shot. True. You can definitely be a glass cannon if you're a mage build. But that's when you kind of got to do like a little bit of a balance for what you want to do and how hard you want to make the game. It's one of the reasons why I love these games so much. The dynamic difficulty is amazing. So, like, for this Deathless run, for example, why I've chosen to go to the dragon every time is so it's not taking me forever to make progress. I'd rather spend 10, 15 minutes of the game going to get the flail than going to the dragon, leveling up enough, or getting my levels so I can start crafting my build. That way I don't die right away. You know, unless that one dude has a bomb and throws it. But other than that, it's pretty simple, straightforward to do. How many tries has this run have I done? This is number 10. Attempt number 10. In 4 streams, I have died 10 times. Way less than I thought I would have, honestly. Ulcerated tree spirits are so easy, but they're so annoying. My camera keeps tweaking the whole fight. That is true. That is true. Depending on which one you're fighting, there are some that have just the worst camera angles imaginable. What am I doing? Why did I do that? I need to sell stuff. That and that. I gotta come back for that. Alright. Where's the boss? Okay, I'm not gonna trigger him. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, I can't go up because there's a bird over there. I don't really want to fight anything until I get it. They're always in a tiny room, too. They are. They are. That's why you got to try to stay towards the middle of the room. Hopefully. Unless it just decides to stay in corners. Then you're just kind of screwed. Which, as you know, happens a lot. Alright. Is this my beach? Or am I on the wrong beach? I'm at the wrong beach. I'm dumb. I think we'll kill this dude, though. See how many runes he drops. Which major boss do I think is the easiest? So if we're talking remembrance bosses, I would say Renala. Renala is the easiest. If you take the time to go and get smithing stones, like as high as you can in Limgrave, Weeping Peninsula, and Liurnia, you could probably beat her no hit. So, like, to where she won't even get an attack off because she staggers immediately. So, like, no Ash of War. No nonsense. Couple katanas, couple hatchets, big axe, big sword. You'll just absolutely wreck house. So I would say her. And her first phase is more of a puzzle than an actual phase anyway. Otherwise, after her, I'd probably say Godric. Godric's pretty easy. And then after that, I don't know who the next easiest would be. The hardest one in the base game, definitely Melania. Because Waterfowl Dance is absolutely broken. And it's stupid how broken that move is. Oh. I forgot you were there. I thought you were coming at me. That'd have made me very scared, I'm not gonna lie. After you finish your first run, you want to go pure strength. Waterfowl is so stupid. Yes, yes it is. Like, pure strength runs are awesome. Like, if you, I don't know what your favorite strength weapon of the game is, but I'd say my favorite strength weapon is probably the Godfrey axe. The axe is so cool. And I love that when you roar, you get the big slam of Godfrey, like his big stomp. And then when you do charged attacks, it changes your animation to a different moveset. I think that's so cool. But like what you said, Fabio, Waterfowl is so stupid. I 100% agree. Like, they've nerfed so many different bosses in different games that they've had. And then they can't do one thing with that move. It's literally one attack on that boss. One attack. You take that attack away, and I think that boss instantly becomes my favorite. Because it's such a very elegant fight. And it's so cool. But you just have that move, and it instantly becomes one of the worst. Like, there's ways around it. Like, there's ways to avoid it. Like, a perfect way to dodge it. I'm terrible at it. I think I've maybe done it once. I either get hit by the first barrage or the second barrage of attacks, so. But, like, you can throw, like, freeze pots, I think, or bleed pots, something like that, where it staggers her out of it, but if you're not quick enough, she's going to dodge right past it and do the animation anyway for the attack. I feel like for this Deathless run, now that I realized, I'm probably going to have to do cheeky strats like that. Like, maybe even for Godskin Duo, I might have to use sleep pots or sleep arrows or something when I walk into the fight. Because those dudes really suck. They really, really suck when you fight them by yourself. Unless you're just really good at spacing, and sometimes I'm not very good. They should be parable at least one hit to break the flow. Yeah, right? Like, I thought about that too, because I'm pretty decent at parrying in this game. And if you could parry the initial swing of that attack, I'd be like, okay, that's fair. You can hit me 1 billion times if I miss a parry. That is 100% fair. But saying that it's just unblockable, unparryable, or whatever is really stupid. And I say unblockable because even though you're blocking it with a shield, I believe she still recovers HP, which is dumb. But I'd still take her fight over Promised Consort Radahn in any day of the week. Any day of the week. Promised Consort Radahn, hands down, out of any challenge I've ever done for myself personally, before I became like a streamer and a YouTuber, hands down, hardest thing I've ever done was beating him pre-nerf. Like, I legitimately thought there was 0% chance I was ever going to beat that guy until I magically did. You didn't struggle with Waterfowl Dance? That's impressive. Like, I either couldn't get out of the way if I was trying to run away initially, or I couldn't figure out where or what direction to dodge to try to get out of some of those flurries. Because, like, now I know where to go. Now I know where to go right away. And I know around, like, what part of her health bar she'll start doing. She'll start trying to do the Waterfowl Dance. So I can at least kind of plan and prepare for it. But, like, my initial playthrough, she was similar to Promised Consort Radahn, where she took me several days to beat. And her second phase was also ridiculously hard, because she had Rot on top of all of her attacks. And health regen, which is just redonkulous.
There's been a... How can I help?
3,500. Yes, please. Sell that. Oh, I can only buy one. Dang it, that sucks. I'm gonna have to come back here for stuff. We'll sell the halberd. Is it halberd or halberd? I don't remember. I don't know. I'm dyslexic. I can't read.
Have a safe.
Alright, I'm not gonna rest here because I don't want the bell-bearing hunter to spawn in. Now I think it's time for the dragon, I think. So we can get some levels into this. What do you think about the parry window for carry and retaliation? I'm not sure. I've never used it. I knew that was a thing, that you could parry the attacks to have the carrion blades or glint blades to show up and attack the whoever attacked you, basically. But I've never actually used it, so I don't know. That's one thing I do want to try. That was actually something I was looking to do for a build, for one of my later videos that I want to do. Because, like, I've mentioned it a few times during the stream that I've got a couple of different creative ideas for builds and creative videos. Basically, the basis off it is build videos. But I've got a very cool twist, in my opinion, about the builds. That I don't think people have done before for YouTube and different Souls content. So my goal is to try to come up with that little creative idea, and that's one of them. I wanted to apply carry and retaliation into one of the builds that I'm making. But that means I got to figure out how it actually works. Because I don't know. Same with like golden parry, I think it is, where it does a, I think like a holy attack back. It looks like the buckler window, but you can use it on mid-weight shields. Huh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out now. All right, where am I going? Dragon, that's right, dragon. I'm talking too much, I'm getting distracted. All right, where's that stone that's over here? So I don't know if you guys are into books, but part of my dyslexia thing to make sure I don't have it hit me that much is I either try to read or listen to audiobooks, and try to spell specific words that they say that are relatively tough. Like, for example, I'm reading, and I've read through these books before, but the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. So like The Way of Kings is the first book, and I'm rereading through that now. And I'm listening to the audiobook too, and there's a character in the books named Tien who loves collecting rocks. And whenever I'm like, oh, smithing stones, I just think back to a part of the book where I think it's his brother Kaladin, who's like one of the main characters, is like, you really like rocks, huh? He's like, yeah, I like rocks. That's what I think about every time I pick up a smithing stone. I like rocks.
Not floating your...
All right. Again, not gonna rest. Don't want to trigger the bell-bearing hunter. Let's just head to the dragon. I do have the flail, right? I do. Okay. Oh, I just realized I need to level up my flail, or I need to level up so I can use the flail. So we're actually gonna need to fight. What's its name? Oh wow, I was stuck on a tree. Whoops. Alright, let's get to the lever. I do like how short the early game catacombs are. So it doesn't overwhelm the player with trying to figure out where to go or how they work. I do like how, like, towards the late game, there are some that are just massive. And I like that it kind of gradually gets bigger the closer you get to the end of the game. Oh god, that was close. Oh god, that was close. Look at me, I'm a no-hit runner. Never getting touched. You think Moog is a really good boss and very well balanced? It's probably my favorite boss in the game, dude. If I'm being honest, like my favorite remembrance boss, probably him. Probably him. I really like his moveset. I like that he has a little bit of BS to his fight with the blood flame, but it's got enough there where oh, I'm fat rolling. That's not good. I'm still fat rolling? Really? All right, there we go. He's got a little bit of BS with some of his blood flame stuff, but I really like how you have to learn where you can dodge and where you can stand, where you can roll, where you can do a charged attack, so you're hiding from specific strikes. I really like that. That's really cool. That's very, very good game design, in my opinion. Oh, I missed. I missed again. It's the problem with strength builds. Weapons are slow. Got him. Alright, let's grab the death root, even though it's kind of meaningless. And then away we go. I should also mention with Moog, I really like that he's the boss that's hiding the DLC. That just makes him even cooler, in my opinion. Alright, we need 18 dexterity? Is that how much I need? 18 dexterity, so I need 3 more levels. That means I gotta fight some peeps. Oh, I never grabbed the map piece. Duh. Should probably grab that. So that means we're gonna fight the troll for sure. Probably get a level for fighting him. And then we should probably fight the dragon, because dragons are easy. Now once we do that, we'll go to the actual dragon. Grail, I think. Or Grail. I don't remember. Oh god. This isn't Night Rain. I can't do that. Also, that's like the best thing about Night Rain. No fall damage. Oh, so good. So good. Best thing about that game. And I think I've said this every stream, but I think that's also going to be the death of me one day. Like the night before the stream on a Friday night, my girlfriend and I are probably going to play Night Rain for a couple hours, and I'm just going to play this the next day and instantly lose the run because I'm like, oh, that's fine. I can land that and just go belly flopping into the dirt. Oh, I can see it now. I will say a hidden goated weapon is their pickaxes. Oh, I was saying, did I will it into existence? But apparently not. Pickaxes are pretty dope. I tried them for one run. I got 2 of them to drop in one stream. And then the next stream we tried to get them all set up and ready to use. And then I can't remember how I died, but I lost them, unfortunately. I think it was to the Zamora Warrior. No, not the Zamora Warrior. Who was it? That one I died to a boss, but I just don't remember who. Oh, I thought I had it. I thought I willed it. I love this weapon. Its reach is unreal, and it just looks really cool too, since it's more of like a historical accurate greatsword compared to the big bonkers that some of these weapons are. Oh god, something's in my eye. I'm gonna die. Oh, that hurt. I don't know what that was. That hurt. Alright, where are you, puppy? Yeet! That dude was flying. Is that the Zweihander? Yes, sir, it is. Probably my favorite early game weapon in Elden Ring, honestly. It's so strong. Like, this is not leveled up. It hits like a truck. You can use it right away. You obviously can't two-hand it right away, but you can use it right away depending on what class you're starting with. So this weapon with the golden vow incantation, or Ash of War, excuse me, is really useful. Like on my 100% run, I think that's what I recommended players start with if this is their first ever playthrough of the game. Just because you hit like a truck with this weapon. And with the added attack and defense of Golden Vow, it's just so helpful. The name means two-handed in German. I knew that, yeah. I knew that. That's one of the few facts I did know. I love weapons. I love swords. Like, I have a little bit of a collection of swords that I purchased like a fool. Because you know how when you first become an adult, you were like, I have my own money. I can pay for what I want. So I got a couple of different swords. I want to get a Zweihander, but I don't know how much those cost. And I know they're very expensive because my other swords are very expensive. Oh, I thought I had more stamina. Whoops. Oh, whoops. That's not right. You guys can actually see the scabbard of one in my camera. It's right over there. I got a couple of them. A couple of katanas out and showing already. Wow, I didn't break one of them. Oh well. All right, time for Mr. Trollboy. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Whoops. Accidentally hit the wrong button. All right, there we go. Locked onto the correct leg. Charged R2. Charged R2. Oh, come on now. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, video game. Thank you. And we gotta wait a second. Oh, he's supposed to stomp. All right, well, whatever. Ah, I didn't think that was gonna reach that far back here. Dang it. Well, rip, no hit run. Come on, dude. Ah, there we go. That's more like it. If you do buy a Zweihander, I believe it'd be good to scare off intruders. Can't think of many things more intimidating than a 6-foot-long sword. You know, you'd be right, but my house is kind of narrow. So I don't know if I'd be able to swing it. I feel like the swords that I do have now might be better. But I'd love to buy a Zweihander. Those things are sick. Like if you guys were ever to hack into my Instagram, I have a couple of different pages on Instagram that are just purely people who love swords and weapons and medieval weapons or different cultures' weapons, and they do all that. Do an R2 attack like in the game. Yeah, absolutely, dude. No, you know what I'd want to do? I'd just do this. The big stamp and swat. Or it's not stamp. Stomp. I'm dyslexic. Oh, it is stamp. Haha! It's stamp. I was saying it right. Yes! Dyslexia did not win. The Wakizashi could be a better job, probably in narrow spaces, you suppose? Just hang on. I got something for you. Hopefully everything's still intact on my screen. No, OBS broke. Hang on. What happened? All right, are we back? Did I fix it? Did I fix it or did I break it? Did I fix it? All right, I think I fixed it. Hang on, I'll be right back. This is what I was trying to show you, but I accidentally bumped into a cord. So, if you're a fan of Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yote, again, your boy has adult money and likes to spend his money on dumb things. You got this. I got the Ghost of Tsushima Tanto, which is pretty sweet. Actually is pretty sharp. I got it on display on my shelf back there, and then I got couple more. Then I got these bad boys as well. You got the Mortal Blade from Sekiro, which is pretty sweet. Mortal Blade with a red blade, pretty dope. This was not super sharp, but my girlfriend got it for me, so I love it very, very much because it's dope. One day I will actually have a stand where I will hopefully be able to put it in the right spot and actually show it off the way it's supposed to be showed off. But we'll get there one day. And then obviously we got the actual Storm Katana from Ghost of Tsushima. Really sick. But yeah. And I've got like, how many more? I think I've got like 3 more. 3 more swords. So it's pretty cool. And then again, I'm a little bit of a nerd, so I also love Star Wars. I've got a couple lightsabers as well. I'm sorry about the crash. That was my fault. I accidentally bumped a cord. I'm hoping it won't crash again because my computer doesn't like when I switch and hit all of these different buttons. Great stuff. Hey, thank you, dude. All right. Are we back? Okay, cool. OBS is still working. Awesome. All right. So, what was I doing? Oh yeah, levels. Do I have enough for a level right now? Oh, I got plenty for a level. That might be enough just as that. If not, we'll fight the dragon. Nice. Now we can go to Big Dragon. You're about to blow up for the entire stream. Yeah, why were you gonna blow up, dude? Was it because I crashed? I wasn't trying to crash. My microphone accidentally unplugged something. So I had to plug it back in and then get OBS to calm down because it's like, you did something you weren't supposed to! Now I don't know how to exist! So yeah, my bad. That was entirely accidental. You guys were talking about swords, and I got too excited. Alright. Almost where I need to be. There should be a smithing stone 2 over here, I think. If I'm thinking of the right place. Can I get down from here? Oh, yeah, I can. Cool. This isn't death, is it? Okay, good. That looked a lot farther than what I was expecting. Alright, let's talk to Kenneth Height.
Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height. What you do?
Got him.
I am Kenneth Height, and I have seen quite enough.
I feel like you have seen quite enough, dude.
My men. Oh, Ertree. Why have you forsaken me?
Alright, we got him. Now we can go get our physic. And then we're gonna go get the flasks. Actually, we'll go get those now. We'll go get the tiers. The stamina tier and the charge attack tier. And we'll get stupid strong, stupid fast. Once we get to our dragon. Alright, there's that. Then we got our tiers up here. And then we want to go back to the church. Alright, I hope my stream's running good, because I know sometimes when I have to switch my monitor around from my desktop to what I have my console plugged into, sometimes OBS gets weird and glitchy. So if you notice any black screens like just popping up, or it like cuts out and gets all rainbowy colored, saying like an error screen, let me know and I'll have to restart OBS again. And then we should be okay. Alright, let's rest. And then we will go from there. What time is it? It's 2:30 where I'm at. Okay. Let's see. Dragon. That's what I was doing. God, I'm out of it now. That crash messed me up, dude. Alright, and then physic. Boom. Bam. Then let's go up to Kaled. Take that in case I want to mess with some incantations. You have a Hungarian Polish saber that your grandpa had. Thing looks like it belongs in a museum. Dude, just by saying Hungarian and Polish, it already sounds like it should be in a museum. Like, I'm American as American can get. I'm not sure where you're at. But whenever somebody tells us Americans something about, like, a European weapon, I'm going to tell you right now, most of us probably think it's like a medieval artifact. So it's, like, old, not ever like a new, freshly forged weapon. So, yeah. But that's cool. I like sabers. That's one of the swords I want to add to my collection. Not sure what kind, but I like sabers. They're pretty cool. Oh, got him with the stagger. What am I doing? Use the foot. Use the physique, and send him flying. Oh, my staggers. That's a wonderful thing. Love it. I love the staggers. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Perfectly timed. Just saying. Perfectly timed stamp. You don't know the story behind it, but your granddad said it's old. Makes sense. I assumed if it was a grandparent's, it's gotta be a pretty good aged weapon. Alright, let's get some health. Actually, since we're trying to get more levels, and we're gonna use the flail to kill the dragon, we're gonna throw it in endurance. Not that it'll do much, but still. Alright, let's get to this dragon, level up the way we want. Then I think we're going to go through the Castle Morn again, and then we'll move on to Stormvale Castle. You think you remember him saying it belonged to his grandfather before it was his? So yeah, old, for sure. That checks out. I think my favorite real life sword is just the basic long sword. I know that's a real basic answer, but long swords are so useful. They're so cool. Like with a one-handed weapon, you don't have as much control over your opponent's attacks, so the long sword's just cool. Because you have more power and stability. Although, the benefits of like a saber or a rapier is pretty cool too, because they're really fast. Really nimble, really fast. You can do quick cuts, quick pokes before that long sword even has a chance to do stuff. So it's pretty useful. It's really cool how that stuff works. Alright, we are almost at the dragon. Finally. I'm very glad these dragons or these little baby drakes don't follow you very much. That'd make Caelid even more of a nightmare if they followed you like fast. Like from the air. Oh. That'd be awful. That'd make the game so hard to play through. You gotta go. Bedtime. See you next time. Hey, thank you for hanging out, Fabio. I appreciate you being here, man. It's good to see you 2 weeks in a row. I hope you sleep well, dude. I'll see you next Saturday for another stream. Alright, let's rest to get this debuff off, and then we're going to go mess up this dragon quick. Oh my god, I forgot. You love to talk to me because I'm just so beautiful.
To determine if you had, it seems torrent, whereas I'm in. There is, but I can take gathering.
Alright, nope. And here we go. Time to hold one button for like 3 minutes. Just gotta scratch his toesies really quick. Or her toesies. I think Rael's a female. On your first playthrough, you didn't save her, but still ended up inheriting the flame. Yeah, my first playthrough, I didn't even know that that was an option. So my first playthrough, I just did the basic Elden Lord ending because I didn't know there was other quest lines to do. Like, I never found Carry a Manor, I don't think. And, I never found the depths. Like, after I beat the game, I was like, what are the remembrance bosses that I'm missing? So I just looked up a list, and then I found out from there who I was missing and trying to figure it out. And figure out how to get there and fight them. It was pretty cool. It was fun. I will say that's the one thing about this game that I will never get back is the satisfaction of beating this game for the first time. Because when you know how big this game is, and you're used to playing these games, like I'm sure you played, I can't remember if you told me you played a lot of the other games or all of them, but like if you've played the other games, none of the games are as big as this one. But like, it's bittersweet though, yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. But like if you know you are going to play a second version or a new game plus of this game, you know how many hours you're going to be putting into it. Or if you're like me, where you kind of overlook some things and just bypass enemies, you know how much running around you're going to do. With the game being that massive, it's kind of a bummer that it takes so long to play through the game again. Like with Bloodborne, I can beat the game in 3 hours, and I will still feel just exactly as happy as I was my first time I played it, because I know I can beat it a couple times in a day if I really wanted to. Same with Dark Souls 3. I think I can beat that game in a day. Granted, that one takes me more than 3 hours to beat. But I just don't have many hours, and I don't think I know the route to try to get through that game faster. But like this one, if I was to try to get through this one run in a day, trying to do all remembrances, I think that'd take me probably like 10 to 12 hours to do, just because I'd have to plan out my levels, plan out what weapon I'm using, plan out the route, try not to get bored when I'm running around Torrent for however many hours it takes between the remembrance bosses, or mandatory bosses that you gotta do leading up to the remembrance bosses. So that's one of the major flaws with Elden Ring, in my eyes, is the game's so big, repeat playthroughs just get a little more taxing, and it's a little less fun because of it. But if you have an idea about what you're trying to accomplish with that said run, instead of just getting to the end, then that's where it is a big plus because of how much more stuff you can do. You think you're gonna have a save where you'll try to get to level 713? I was going to try to do that too. I think the closest I got with one of my characters was, I want to say I got to like level 400. And then I was like, okay, this is just getting too repetitive for me. So I stopped playing that way, unfortunately. But it's cool. It's cool when people do it. It's just like, man, I wish the game wasn't as big. I wish everything that it has is in it. Just a little bit smaller, a little bit more condensed. Alright, so hey, we can use it now. One-handed, nice. Now, do I have money for leveling it up? I do. Nice. Oh, I gotta talk to her, that's right.
Very well. Let my hand.
I don't like how long that takes. There's some animations that just take way too long. Like, I know I skipped some of the dialogue, but still, it just takes a long time. Going from 11,712 to 713 takes 8.9 million ruins. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. How many ruins do you get from a boss? From a remembrance boss in New Game Plus 7? Like a couple 100,000? Or do you get like a couple million at that point? Like if it's a late game Radagon fight. Oh, that'd be awful. I would hate doing that. All right, +4. I'll take it. Now we got to go through Castle Morn and all the Misbegotten. Alright, let's send it down. I don't know why I'm sending it down. I'm not going to die. At least I better not. If I do, I'm actually going to be a little upset. But, oh well. Such is life. Alright, so there's that. And we got our weapon to +4, so I don't need these smithing stones around the corner. Let's just climb up the ladder and go. Ooh, maybe I'll do a claymore run once or twice. Or once if I die to this. If I die with this weapon, I should say. Because the claymore is just right around the corner from here. Well, he's dead. I do love that we knock enemies out of the air. I think that's so cool. Oh. Yeah, like that. You don't know how long that would even take? Or how much time? Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. Because like in Bloodborne, to get max level with a character really doesn't take that long because the game is so fast and it's so replayable that it takes you, like, it'll still take you a long time, but like towards to get those last few levels, it really doesn't take very long because you're going to be so strong by that point that you're just going to be murdering everything so fast, especially if you went into like the Chalice depths to or the Chalice dungeons to get 27% gems. So you're doing an extra, for if you get 3 gems for your weapon, so you're going to do an extra 90% damage, basically. Yeah, you're going to be wrecking every boss. So that'll go really fast. But in this game, there's nothing like that. So it's going to take very long. Very, very, very long. Oh, did I miss another smithing stone too? I did. I'm dumb. I gotta go back and get that before I fight this boss. That just makes it a lot easier. Ooh, the rats not find me? Let's go. I like when I do that. Alright, I gotta go get that other smithing stone. Oh, it's a good thing I didn't drop the elevator back down. Look at me being a good player for once. Alright, we gotta go up the bridge again, and then we gotta go down that little side path on that wall. I'm getting hungry. That's not good. How much time do I have left? No. No. Please don't end. Please don't end like this. Not like this. Not like this. I don't even know what I was supposed to do there. What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? Well, that sucks. I don't even know what I was supposed to do there. I was stuck on a ladder. I was mashing dodge, and it wouldn't even let me get up because I fell off the ladder. I had to talk about food, and the game was like, yeah, you are hungry. You gotta eat now. God, that's a bummer. That's a terrible way to die. Alright, well, I think I am going to probably end the stream a little 10 minutes early. I go from 12 to 3 where I'm at. It's only 10 minutes too, and I think by the time I get into the actual game, 10 minutes is going to be up, so. But I think we'll leave it here. It was actually a pretty fun stream. Not sure how to say your name because I'm dyslexic. I hope I'm reading it right. Is it Bap? Is that how your name is? I hope it's Bap. If not, my bad. Bab, thanks for hanging out with me, dude. Same with Fabio. I know you're not here anymore, but thanks for hanging out, dude. And Rip, it's good seeing you again. Glad I got to talk to you guys all in stream. You guys are really cool. Thanks for being here. It means a lot to me. It really does. You know a soccer player named... No, I don't. I don't watch soccer, unfortunately. I'm going to have to look him up, though, to try to figure out how to pronounce that. Because I'm assuming it's the same name or same pronunciation. Because if it is, I'll try to remember that for next stream. If you hang out with... If you're here again next week, which I'm hoping you will be, I'll try my best to make sure I remember how to say it. Sort of, yeah? Okay, I'll try my best. I'll try my best. I'll check it out, see what's happening, and we'll go from there, okay? But thank you guys for hanging out. And if you guys are watching this later on YouTube, thanks for checking out the stream. Stream live every Saturday from 12 to 3. And then again, as I've mentioned several times in this stream, we got a walkthrough, 100% walkthrough of Elden Ring going on right now. So, this is a good stream. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We did have a little bit of technical difficulties. I just got too excited about swords. But we figured it out. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I will see you all next week. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and happy Easter.